Hello everyone, greetings to you all. So just few minutes back today, we have launched a one more MVP called Interviewly. Interviewly is nothing but a mock interview related tool. And this is based on the job description which you are going to provide it to the tool. And the tool will analyze it first and then prepare itself in the maximum of 8 questions. And all the 8 questions is based on your answers only. Okay. And it will start asking the first question, and based on your answers, then other questions will be, find out from your answers, and then it will be provided to you during the mock interview. And mock interview, if you are already familiar with the voice and voice related stuff, for example, voice synthesizers, like you are very much familiar about it. Rather than typing, you are using a mic, and then you are dictating to the computer. So if your voice is familiar and your computer is identified your voice, then you can use mic button. There is a mic button. You can click on that mic button and answer your question based on your voice itself. So a text will be feed in there, and then eventually all those things will be bundled and then provide you as a report, and you can download the report as well. This is what Interviewly is functioning. So the major thing is this is for the students, for their campus interview selection, and of course for the professionals who also can use this tool or mock interview for gauging themselves. And we have made very strict correction of this. The expectations are very high by this mock interview. If you score 60 out of 100, you will be 100% pass in the interview. It is kind of a confidence, that level of a confidence it will raise it, after finishing this mock interview for you. But I'm not saying this, whatever mock interview is asking, the same thing is going to come in your interview. No, I'm not saying in that way. So whatever the subject, that we will see some example in few minutes, so you can either use voice or you can type in simply. And if you are unable to use mic and you don't know your voice will be compatible with the computer, so you can very much use your keyboard and you can type in your answer. And then at the once the answer is finished, you have to submit the answer. So as soon as you submit the answer, the system will jump on to the next question, and then it will ask you in through an audio, and of course you will also see the question in the console as well. So it is that simple, and you can and it is not a rocket science, in fact. And I'm not saying like there are plenty of mock interviews are available in the market, or tools, softwares are available, but this is very close to the students, is because one who produce the roadmap for their career in using tool web, they can use the same tool web for preparing themselves for the interview as well. So which is well and good. It is a kind of a cherry on top of a cake. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we'll see an example so that you can easily understand. It is not a rocket science. Very simple. Maximum of half an hour, 8 questions it will ask. And then I'm not going to use mic. When I use the mic, I cannot record it properly. So what I'm going to do, just go to tools, and then you will find MVP, and the first tool is going to be Interviewly. So all our adjectives we are maintaining. So we thought of maintaining the same thing for this tool also. So Interviewly. So practice smarter, perform better, and get hired. So this is what our slogan, kind of a slogan for this. Just click on here, and then you will find only 3 straightforward Interviewly AI powered voice mock interview platform for you. So what is the job description? First, you have to take a job description and paste it across. So I'm just going and finding some job description for you. I'm just copying it for you, and then I'm going to paste it out here. So as soon as we pasted, and how much balance coin we have got? 5,204. In order to run this tool, we need how much? 9,999. Why 999, sir? All others are 200 or 100 only. Why 999? You may ask this question, because this tool is not straightforward. This tool uses some of the APIs, voice synthesizers are from Google, And of course, you have our own API, which is we are using Claude, and of course, we are primary and secondary. We have two, and then secondary we are using a Chat GPT. So those are all paid subscription, and then this tool will not take full, and it also the cost is involved in each and every mock. So that's the reason we are charging 999 coins, not money. Okay, 999 coins we are making for this mock interview. So as soon as you click on here, it will analyze the JD, and then it will let you know whether I'm ready for the interview questions. So as soon as it's ready, then it will jump into interview section straight away. See, job description analyzed, starting the interview. That's it.
Can you walk me through your experience managing Active Directory in a multi-domain environment? Specifically, what was the size and complexity of the infrastructure you've worked with, and what were your day-to-day responsibilities?
I don't know whether this voice is clear to you or not, but I'll tell you this. This is the question, and the machine is reading this question. You can either use a mic by clicking here. When you talk, then that mic will feed in the information out here automatically, and then as soon as you have completed, you can say submit. If not, you can make use of this. So I'm just saying, like, what is can you walk me through the managing Active Directory? I have walked uh, single forest multi-domain with 100,000 user base. Sorry, user base with 60 domain controllers across the globe. Okay, answer, submit it.
How did you handle Active Directory replication across geographically distributed domain controllers? And what monitoring tools or strategies did you use to identify and resolve replication issues?
Fantastic. It is asking about the Active Directory replication between a domain controller to domain controller geographically, which means and country to country. Let's say in India, and of course you have other country. How the domain controller kept in the other country. How synchronization is happening, and what tool. How did you handle Active Directory replication across geographically distributed domain controllers, and what is the monitoring tool and strategies did you use to identify to resolve the replication issues, is what the question is all about. So it is pretty simple. How we are going to answer this question is pretty simple, and I'm going to use RepelMon. RepelMon is the monitoring tool, and also DC Diag will tell you. DC Diag are the tools we are are the tools I use to troubleshoot the AD replication issues geographically. Okay. So it is 15 minutes interval for geo dispersed DCs. Okay. I'm just whatever it is there in my mind, I'm typing it, I'm giving it, I'm providing the answer for this. And the third question is going to be, as soon as...
Can you walk me through a specific replication issue you encountered in your environment and explain the step-by-step troubleshooting process you used with RepelMon or DCDIG to identify the root cause and resolve it?
Sure. So one of our data center located in the basement, and basement in Dubai. Due to heavy rain last year, the domain controller, the DCs, kept in the data center or collapsed. This is the one of the beautiful example that I can give it to you. So I'm not going to produce the proper answer, but I'm giving you, how to answer for those questions is what we are saying.
How did you recover the Active Directory services after the domain controllers in Dubai collapsed? And what specific steps did you take to restore replication and ensure data integrity across your remaining domain controllers?
So what I have done for this question is I have restored the AD DC from the most recent backup authoritatively, author, authoritatively to resolve the issue. May not be the correct answer, but I'll have to give.
What specific steps did you take to perform the authoritative restore? And how did you determine which objects or organizational units needed to be authoritatively restored versus non-authoritatively restored to prevent data loss or conflicts across your environment?
We have not segregated anything in the resource level. We restored the AD in an authoritative mode. Is because the ADDC, which was collapsed, is a FISMA role owner of the forest. Okay. The sixth question is going to be,
when you performed the authoritative restore of the FSMO role holder, how did you handle the FSMO roles themselves? Did you seize them to another domain controller before the restore or transfer them afterward? And what was your decision-making process for this approach?
perfect. Yes, we seized the roles first to the other domain, which is running in 15th floor. Running 15th floor. And then we restored it authoritatively, 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 and bring back as a normal DC. I think which is failed. I think it was failed. So we removed the DC from the metadata of AD. Okay, 6 questions have been over. So then now the 7th question is going to be,
after removing the failed domain controller from AD metadata, what specific tools and commands did you use to perform the metadata cleanup? And how did you verify that all references to the old DC were completely removed from DNS, SYSVOL, and the AD database?
good question. So what tool we use native net dome tool only to perform the metadata cleanup. And I'm sorry, not a net dome tool. We use NTDS util. It's a CLI tool. NTDS util tool to perform the metadata cleanup. I'm not going to give much answer here. Anyway, system will not give more than 30 for us.
After running NTDS UTIL to clean up the metadata, what specific verification steps did you take to confirm that all DNS records, SYSVOL references, and replication objects related to the failed domain controller were completely removed from the environment?
See, NTDS is nothing to do with the DNS records, sysvol and all. NTDS util is used, was used just to remove the old entry from the ADDS, and DNS and all other records pertaining to the failed DC have been removed manually. Okay, that's all I've completed. So I'm just submitting this thing. So they see that score, and we are Since it is an MVP, it is always have the scope to improve. And I'm not providing the data, interactive data. So I'm just providing as a text report only as of now. But it has give a clear picture about what is the results of the user. Okay, this is more than sufficient for the user to take a decision. See, now the score is 42% overall. Actually, the good percentage is over 60. If you are over 60, then you have full confidence to face any kind of an interview. Okay, and subsequently, if the demand, based on the demand, if the demand increases from question 8 to say 16, I can do the needful as well, because every question is based on your answer. So you will have to travel up till 8 questions, meaning you have to be knowledgeable to reach up till 8 question is what is important here. Okay, so let us see the report. The report is already, I've clicked in, I've downloaded too, and the report is open in the other side of the system. So I'm just opening it here, and this is the report, mock interview report, interviewly. So what is that, and time and all. Active Directory domain administrator, Active Directory administrator is the role, and overall score is 42. 42 is also not bad score as far as this particular interviewly is concerned. Okay, but 60 and above, it is what we requested. 70, 80 and all, you are already been through. Okay, which is very, that much of confidence you will have to develop yourself. So what are the strengths? It will tell you. So it demonstrates the experience, large domain, all those things. And what are the area to improvement? What is the detailed feedback? In fact, it will comment on your language also. So I would suggest to use the type in method, that is easy for you, and then so that you will never make any language related mistake. Okay, or else, if it is going, if it is in future, if any of your CDC or CR or learning and development team of your college requested to do this and get the report, then obviously, what, you will be unnecessarily answering for that language related questions also. So be very careful. Always use the type in method. If you are very much familiar on your vocal, I mean, your voice is very familiar with Google, you already used Google engine or voice synthesizer engines, and there are plenty of tools in the market, right? And 11 Labs, Tivilio, and there are plenty of frameworks. And if you are already been familiar, then there is no need for us to verify. You can use the mic and give the answer, no need to type. But if you are not familiar with it, it is better go ahead and then use the type related method. And these are the questions, what answers you have provided. See, the score it has given for question by question. See, the first question for my answer, it has given only 60. So what is that lacking based on that feedback? And if I would have been provided this, my score would be, or by now it would be maybe 80 plus, something like that. And then, this is the mark I have scored, and why I am lagging is because mention appropriate legacy tools. This is fine, but shows awareness of the replication intervals. However, answer is very limited. I have a limit. Obviously, this is this is not a mock. It's a mock interview, and I'm doing this for your benefits. Actually, you'll have to understand about it. So, likewise, all those questions are, in the interest of time, I don't want to spend much time in here. Just read it, and then all those things, it will give you the feedback. And if you are ready with those feedback, then ready physically, meaning on the technically on those questions as well. Okay, so this is generated by Interviewly and powered by Toolweb. Just take a printout of it and then highlight it using a highlighter, and then get yourself, keep doing this, because not every time the same questions will come. But when you put the same JD, obviously same questions are expected. If you put different JD, like rather than saying Active Directory administrators, you can say Active Directory engineers. You can say Windows engineer, or you can say L1 or L2 engineer, something like that, or help desk engineer. So if you say in that way, then questions may be different. Okay, I think this is more than sufficient for you to understand about Interviewly, and good luck for your interviews in Interviewly, and then your actual campus interview as well. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, anything which is needed to be clarified, please feel free to reach us either by using our our tool here, or using our what do you call contact page, or using our email address info@toolweb.in, or any of our phone numbers as well. Thank you so much. Until next time.